Achaynu Hashem Elokeinu Al Yisrael Hamechu.
We're coming now to Tisha B'Av, and the whole purpose of Tisha B'Av is one thing, which we spend one day on. Really, it's supposed to be more, and in every simcha we smash a glass, and in every home that we build we put a little spot, and we say every day, you know, Ani Mamin V'Emunah Shalema Yeh. But there's one day that's dedicated to destruction. There's one day that's dedicated to the whole reason why we have all of our pain that we have. And the only reason that this thing was destroyed, this Beis Hamikdash was destroyed, right, is Sinas Chinam. And that means that, you know, we're not getting out of here until we rectify the Sinas Chinam. So we can have the longest payas and the nicest tzitzis and the most expensive esrogim, and we should. But until we figure out how to fix the problem, then we're stuck. And the longer we're stuck in Galus, the more pain we have. When I grew up, I really did not relate to Tisha B'Av. I read about stories of a Churban that happened a long time ago. I also thought about the Holocaust, which was really in my day. My father is a Holocaust survivor. I'm not two generations, I'm one generation. I grew up, I had nightmares, and I always thought Nazis are chasing. I mean, you know, we suffered, but it was far away. Our children would have no concept of really sitting and crying about the Churban of Europe. But I didn't really feel so close to Tisha B'Av. But nobody saw what's happening. Nobody expected this to happen in Klal Yisrael, that in America, where we have everything, we will be burying our children. So anybody who doesn't cry this Tisha B'Av, there's something wrong with you. Over 120 Yiddish Kinderlich from Heimische families, just like ours, were buried since January. It's like 5 a week. Whether it's suicides, whether it's overdoses, which are coming from tremendous pain. I mean, we're just, when we sit down and cry Tisha B'Av, I mean, we can really cry. But we can't just cry about the result. We have to cry about why did this happen. And we have to fix it. We are all at fault. Kol Darshan, Beis Hamikdash wasn't built, but it's really true. I don't love every Jew, right? I like off the derech people. I'm not so crazy about you guys on the derech. We gotta love everybody. That's a very hard thing to do. We gotta love off the derech. We gotta like on the derech. You know, we gotta like this bubble. We gotta like that bubble. We gotta like this pinka and that 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 pinka. We gotta love this satmar and that satmar. We gotta like Litvak and Hasidim and Sfardim and Israelis and even Russians and some what? Syrians and even Tzion. We have to love each other because we're brothers, right? It's really, really hard. But every year that we talk about the Beis Hamikdash, I don't know about you guys, but 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it was like, okay. You know, there's a story of a guy who he had a Pesach Seder. And he was really getting into it. He was really, and at the end of the Seder, he was going, Shana haba, b'Yerushalayim, Shana haba, b'Yerushalayim. He was mamish kachim. He was felt like mamish, he wanted this Mashiach, the Shana haba b'Yerushalayim, on the highest possible level, and all of a sudden he's disturbed, he hears crying. He opens up his eyes, he sees his wife is sitting there, she's crying. He says, why are you crying? I don't want to move to Israel. I like my Lexus. I don't want to live in Meir Sharim, it's so cramped. I like my house. He says, relax honey, it's only a song. So it's like Tisha B'Av comes, relax, it's only a Tisha B'Av, right? But now things are different. If the only way that we can get out of Sinas Chinam is Ahavas Chinam, if that's the only way out, and now we're losing our kids, so now things are getting really real. So now things are really real. Everybody here knows somebody, knows a family living near you, like you, that buried a kid. All of your kids have friends. We have kids who lost this year 3, 4, 5 friends. Who loses friends? 15 years old.
That's a couple weeks.
17 years old. 18 years old. Losing kids, losing friends. But this is not the Holocaust. We don't lose people dead. You know, we thought we have off the derech problem. We have major, major problems over here. So I just want to encourage everybody that when we go to Tisha B'Av this year, we should really think about like, okay, what's my role over here? What's my role over here, right? And what am I going to do to change? Because yes, we have to work on our own Yiddishkeit, we have to. And we have to teach our kids, we write. But the reason we got thrown out of home was because of Sinas Chinam. And until we really have Ahavas Chinam, we really can't go back home. And I think maybe this is the lesson that Hashem wants from us, because if we're throwing our kids out of our home, if we're saying, I can't tolerate you because you're not good enough, there's no way that we're getting back to our home. So we have to just increase our vision, our understanding. We have to close our minds and open our hearts. We have to realize that we're living in a dar, that there's thousands and thousands and thousands of kids all around us that are suffering and in pain. And when we go home Friday night and we close the door and we don't walk outside to find somebody in a park and give them a hug, we're doing an avla. We have to realize that when we go to the Shell station, or we go to the gas station, or we go to the 7-Eleven, and you look around, these are all Yiddish kids with a story. These are all hurting kids. Think about it. What would the Baal Shem Tov do today? What would any tzaddik from wherever you're from, what would they do today? They would go outside, they would go out at night, they would go out 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and they would hug these kids back to life. They would hug them and they would say, we love you, we want you, you are good, don't be tzabrachen, don't be depressed. We would use the tools that we know work. So we can't say, Shalom, Shalom alai nafshi, I'm fine, I'm good. It's not good. It's at all of our doorsteps and it's in our homes. And I think that we have to use this to motivate ourselves to kill the sin of Sinas Chinam with tremendous Ahavas Chinam.
Mishkan